guys, what is up? It's Anna. Welcome back to my channel. I know that this ear is probably super red and I'll probably get some comments about it, so I'm just gonna mention it right off the bat. I was trying to fix my hair and I accidentally ripped the earring out, so now it's nice and red for you guys. But anyway, for today's video, we are doing a self-tan routine video. Now, I've never done one of these videos before, even though I've self-tanned for such a long time. I've self-tanned since back in high school. I finally feel like I found the perfect way to self-tan and also my favorite self-tanner. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. So I'm gonna kind of be talking about this in like steps, the steps that I take to get the perfect sunless tan. So step number one, this one is super duper important, is exfoliate. Actually kind of gross how much dead skin and stuff comes off. You really want to exfoliate just to avoid those dry patches that the self-tan could stick to. Trust me, I've done it many times in the past where I just don't feel like exfoliating and I skip it, but do not skip it, because I promise you guys your tan is going to look so much better if you exfoliate. Really, you can use anything for exfoliation. It's really just personal preference. You can use a washcloth, you can use the exfoliating sugar cubes or sugar scrubs, you can use the exfoliating gloves, but my personal favorite one is the one by Loving Tan. This one is so amazing and it has a black side and a pink side. The black side of this is a lot more rough than the pink side, so I go in with the black side first and I really just get all over my body. I make sure to exfoliate really well in places like my ankles, my knees, my elbows, just because that's where the self-tan really sticks and it can tend to look a little funky in those places. So I really make sure to exfoliate, get all of my previous tan off, and I am nice and pale and ghostly white. And you can see it on here since it's black. You can see like all of your gross dead skin on this. And then step number two is to shave. I have made the mistake again of not shaving and just skipping that step. So I go ahead and shave my legs, and after I'm done shaving, I will go in with the pink side. And the pink side, like I mentioned before, it's not as rough as the black side. I think this side is considered like the polishing side. So I'll just go in and make sure that everything is really nice and exfoliated. And then that brings us to step number three. So as soon as I get out of the shower, I go ahead and moisturize. I use a nice thick moisturizer. I actually don't self-tan as soon as I get out of the shower just because I have really dry skin, especially in the winter time. So if I do self-tan right out of the shower, it'll leave me with like gross dry patches, which I really don't want. This is like my morning prep to self-tanning, so I'll leave that on all day and then I won't self-tan until right before I go to bed. Now moving on to nighttime, right before I self-tan, I'm gonna moisturize again, but I'm not gonna moisturize all over my body. I'm just gonna stick to the drier areas that the self-tan can really cling to. So I'll take my lotion and I'll put a little tiny bit of lotion on my elbows, my hands, my knees, the back of my knees, and my feet and ankles. So step number four is to self-tan. So I use the Loving Tan Deluxe Bronzing Mousse in Ultra Dark. I've actually never tried their 2-hour express tanner just because I always sleep in my tan, so I don't really need a super quick fast tan, but I've heard that one is really good as well. And guys, I'm not kidding when I say that this is the best tanner that I've ever used. I've tried so many tanning brands. As you can tell throughout this video, Loving Tan is where it's at. So I do use the Ultra Dark. They do have a dark and a medium. I've never tried the dark or the medium just because if I am sunless tanning, I'm gonna go all out. I want to be as dark as I possibly can. I feel like medium would be good if you're, you know, just starting tanning and you've never done it before. That way if you mess up, it's not really a huge deal. It's not gonna be too dark. And then I go in with my Loving Tan mitt. It is so thick and it's a really soft, like almost velvety material. The other ones that I've tried, they're They're like a cloth and they're thin. It would seep through onto my palms and then my palms would get super orange and gross. So this is nice and thick and the tan doesn't seep through it, which I really like. So I use different amounts of pumps for different spots on my body. So on my legs, since it's a larger area, I'll do like 2 on the lower half of my leg and 2 on the upper half, so like 4 in total. I'll do around like 2, 3-ish on my stomach, and then I'll do like 1.5 to 2 on my arms and 1 on my chest and my neck. Another thing that I really love about Loving Tan is it does not look orange at all. It looks super, super natural. There's key ingredients inside of the Loving Tan self tanners that actually eliminate the orange tones. So typically I start at my legs and then I work up my body, and I'll use that all with the mitt. And then on my hands and on my feet, I like to use a brush. I do not use a super dense brush for this, and I use like not even half a pump on my hands, just so that it looks really gradual and nice. That is the best way that I have found. And then once I go in with the brush, I do take a little bit of extra lotion and I rub it on my hands and on my feet, just so that I know that it's nicely distributed. Another neat little tool that I do want to talk to you guys about is this little guy. So I don't know about you guys, but I struggle getting my back. If you guys have boyfriends or you live with your friends or whatever, I'm sure you can have them do your back for you, but I do not. I'm gonna show you guys this, and it's really disgusting, and you can see that I have used it a lot because it is like full on brown. So this is awesome, highly recommend. Now moving on to step 5. This step I would say is optional. It's completely up to you guys, but I do like to prolong my tan as long as I possibly can, just because, you know, the whole self tan process, it is a lot. It does take quite a bit of time, and I use these 2 products to do so. It is personal preference, whichever one you get or want to get. I'll talk about this one first. So this is the Deluxe Gradual Tan, and I have this one in dark. So this is a lotion. So after I put my self tan on, I use this like every day to every other day. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But you go ahead and apply this just like a lotion. You use the mitt to apply it, but in the little like close-up video you can see I just rubbed it in with my hands. You are supposed to apply it with your mitt, and you can even use this one on its own. So this is another one that would be great for somebody that's just starting out with self tanning and doesn't want to go full on in with the mousse. I know it can be a little bit intimidating, so this would also be a great option for you. This one doesn't have any shimmer in it. It's just a plain matte lotion. So this one is actually very similar to this one, but this one's gonna wash off with soap and water. But this is something that I like to use in my videos if I want to just look a little bit darker and have a nice little glimmer or shimmer to me. This is something that would be great if you wanted to like go to the beach, and you can put this on and it'll make you look nice and tan and sparkly and pretty. This is not something that is going to like gradually build your tan like this one. This is just something you can throw on to give you a little bit of sparkle. And that is everything that I do for my self tan routine. I actually don't self tan my face just because I have super, super sensitive skin. If you watched that IUD experience video, you would know my skin was pretty dang bad with that whole thing, and I finally gotten it to clear up. Just testing anything new on my face really scares me. If you guys do use self tan on your face, or if you are looking for a face tanner, I know Loving Tan does have one, and I have heard very good things about it, but me personally, I've never tried it myself. So that is my self tan routine. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you guys want to receive a free deluxe tanning mitt with your Loving Tan purchase, then you can use my code annacerinetti. I'll have it up on the screen. Like I said, this is my favorite one, and if you guys have never tried it, you need to get it. I don't receive anything from the code. It's purely for you guys. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and also hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.